Hey, Conrad here. Today I'm going to show you how to build a potato condo. Basically this is for late season potatoes. As you can see, I've got Yukon Gold, Red Northland, and White Superior. This will only work with late season potatoes because they create potatoes along the length of the stem as they grow. So what we're going to start off with is 4 foot 2x4s. You can make it shorter if you want. And then 2 foot planks. I basically made these out of the cedar fencing, and I basically cut them into 2 feet lengths. And now what we're going to do is I pre-cut all these. I'm just using normal hand tools and a drill, but if you have power tools, it'll make it a lot easier, and your straights will be cut. Mine are a little bit jagged, but I really don't care about that. So now we're going to put it together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drill the holes. I kind of laid it out here for ease. So I'm going to basically drill the holes out. To secure the holes, you're going to use 2-inch outdoor screws. I got 2.5, so they're a little bit too long. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to finish this up. Okay, so what I did here, you're going to apply the cross piece. What you're going to do when you drill your holes, just be sure to offset your drill holes so you don't drill into your screw that you just screwed in. So I've already pre-drilled the holes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do that for this side as well. Basically position it to drill the holes. So what I've done now is I've bolted all the sides together. I'm putting up the backboard. This is going to be facing where the sun's not going to be. The sun where I'm at travels from east to west, obviously where you are too probably. So basically this is going to be facing north. So that way the potato plants get the most sun possible. And it's just 2 boards I don't have to worry about putting up anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. So I have a gopher problem where I live, so I put 1/2-inch hardware wire on the bottom of all my beds. Basically it is an extra layer against the gophers should they decide to dig up through the bed. It lasts for me for a season so far. I haven't had them rust out on me because they're galvanized plated. But anyways, when you do dig in your beds, just be aware that it is on the bottom and that you could punch through it, which means you might have to pull your whole bed up and relay it out, or at least do a patch. So I'm basically going to use a normal staple gun. The staples that I'm using are basically heavy duty 1/2-inch 12mm. And I basically do this, secure it in the corners first. And then when I have the corners fixed, I basically do it along the edge. If you want to come over here and just get a close-up of this. I kind of go like every 4th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just basically do that. If you miss one, it's not that big of a deal. Staples are cheap. I think I missed one right there, but I mean, you get the idea. So what we have here, I've preset this up. Basically I laid newspaper down on the ground and I put the weed stock fabric over that. It's basically going to create a double layer against the weeds. It will be able to breathe and drain water, plus the newspaper over time will biodegrade. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically lay down cedar bark to cover over the weed stock fabric. This is going to make the garden look nice. So basically what I've done here is I've filled this up a little bit with some dirt, and then I'm going to put some worm castings in it. I love the worm poop because it's really good and my garden loves it, and it's cost me about $14 a cubic foot for a bag of worm casings. I call it worm poop. But I basically put a scoop and I kind of put it on the top. And just to speed this up a little bit, I'm just going to dump it out a little bit. I use a lot of worm poop. It's not going to hurt it. The plants, it's not like fertilizer, it's not going to burn it. Plus you mix it up with the soil a little bit. Sometimes I put an inch layer down over the top of my soil so that when it's watered, it kind of leaches down the nutrients of the soil. So basically what we have here is, this is about almost 6 inches tall. I basically filled it half of the way full. I'm going to break up all the little clods that you see. And I'm going to take our potatoes here and I'm going to plant them. And remember, you got to use late season potatoes because the potatoes will not grow as you add boards. And basically what you want to do is, when the potatoes grow greens, you want to add another board and fill it with soil, and never fill more than a third past the green. You want the stalks to grow up. So basically what's going to happen is the potatoes are going to grow along the stem. They're going to branch out roots and put more tubers and everything, and you're going to have potatoes. You're supposed to be able to gross up to 100 pounds of potato per tower. I don't know how true that is. This is the first time I've ever done this, so this is a complete experiment for me. If it doesn't work out, the cool thing is I can basically take it apart. Now, as your potatoes grow and you add boards to it, as the season goes by, you can remove boards. Now, I'm going to have problems with the bottom board because I put hardware wire on the bottom. But I can just remove this plank to actually dig in there and get the potatoes and then pack the soil back in there. And basically do that as it grows, and then at the end of the season I can harvest everything. But basically you can kind of pick potatoes along the edge as your plant grows. The other thing to remember is watering. Depending on where you live, like out here it's kind of it's not really dry, but it's like kind of in the middle. What you want to remember is, as you add boards, you're going to have problems keeping the soil moist. The best suggestion that I could suggest to you is that you put either a soaker hose as you build up, or you put drip system. Now I have a drip system irrigation put in my garden, and basically what I'm going to do is get the little hose with all the little teeny holes in it, and I'm just going to drill a hole through the board and have that hose sticking out. And it's going to be twined around, and it's just going to do that as I go up. So basically I can just add another hose and connect it to my irrigation system, easy peasy. You got to make sure you got water to your to your potatoes, and they're not going to dry out. You don't want to overwater though, because if you overwater and the soil is soaking soggy, your potatoes will rot. So it's a balance that you're aiming for. The best way to get an idea for that is, as you layer it, kind of stick a moisture detector in the soil, find out how it is, or just dig up the soil a little bit just to kind of see the consistency of it. So I mean, that's basically it. Just remember, as the potatoes grow and the greens get tall, you want to fill it up, add planks. Don't cover the plant more than, I think it's a third. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this.